Stand with the feet together and then hold one ankle with one or two hands in balance. Keep the thighs parallel and lift the belly button up towards the chin as you reach the knee down and back. Draw the heel into the buttocks and roll the shoulders back. Lift the chest. Stand with the feet a foot apart and bend forward. Place the fingertips on the floor and look up. Make the spine concave. Keep the weight equal between the front and backs of the feet to make the legs perpendicular to the floor. Use height under the hands if it is difficult to look up and make the spine concave. Now, walk the hands back in line with the feet and bend forward. Look upside down through your shins. Bend the knees until the abdomen touches the thighs and then slowly extend the legs as you try to maintain contact with the thighs. Repeat several times. Take off your shoes. From a forward bend, hold under the toes and squat down, bringing the hips close to the floor and the arms to the insides of the knees. Keep the heels down and the spine long. If it's difficult to keep the heels down or the spine long, use a small height under the heels, such as a rolled-up yoga mat. Hold the toes while doing the forward bend and the full squat. Stand tall and extend both arms straight overhead with the palms facing in. Interlace the fingers and press the palms up and draw the upper arms close to the ears. Change the interlace by putting the other pinky on the bottom. Turn the palms and press them up again. Next, hold above the elbows behind the back and roll the front shoulders back to open the chest. Change sides. Next, lift one arm up the back with the palm facing out and then reach the other arm up overhead. Bend the elbow and hold hands. Again, roll the shoulders back. Draw the elbow points away from each other. Finally, for reverse prayer, touch the fingertips together and then turn the fingers up and slide the hands up the back. Feel this intensely at the wrists and shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. Bring the hands closer to the neck as mobility improves. From plank, stride forward with the left foot and make the knee 90 degrees. Revolve the trunk by lifting the right arm straight up. Turn the chest up while keeping the hips in line and facing down. Repeat several cycles to mobilize the thoracic spine. Next, progress to the hand by the ear to deepen the twist in the thoracic spine. Rotate the elbow down towards the floor and then back up to the ceiling. The head moves with the elbow. To further deepen the twist, lower the back knee to the floor and lift and lower the elbow with the hand at the ear. Turn the bottom ribs forward as the head looks up. Repeat several cycles and then change sides. From high kneeling, step the right foot out to the side with the heel exactly in line with the left knee. Tuck the right hip forward to open the front of the hip. Extend the left arm up, the right arm down, and side bend directly to the right. Bring the top arm alongside the ear and look up. Keep the head in line with the thigh. Next, extend the leg and place the heel on the floor. Again, reach the left arm up and extend the right hand along the shin as you turn the chest away from the floor and press the right hip forward. Feel the strong stretch in the side trunk. From child's pose, press up into downward dog. Fully extend the elbows and knees and press the heels down as you lift the sit bones up. Press the whole palm into the floor and lengthen the sides of the trunk more. Move the chest towards the thighs. If the hamstrings are tight, place the hands on the seat of a chair. The legs, arms, and trunk are all straight and the chest moves down towards the floor. Notice the slight extension in the spine. If the hamstrings are very tight, walk in until the legs are vertical and the arms are supported on the chair. Lie prone with the toes turned under and the thighs lifting off the floor. Press the arms fully straight and vertical and walk the feet in a few inches. Lift the chest and roll the shoulders back. Use blocks under the hands to ease any strain in the low back and lift the chest more easily. Lift up, walk in, and look up. Repeat upward facing dog on the tops of the toes. Lift the thighs, press the feet and hands, and extend the arms. Slide the feet in a few inches. Move the tailbone down and in as you lift the chest. Again, use blocks under the hands to increase the lift in the chest and ease any discomfort in the back. With the arms and legs straight, reach the hips up and back for downward dog. Move the chest towards the thighs and press the heels down towards the floor. Keeping the arms and legs fully straight, bring the hips down now and lift the chest up for upward dog. Roll the shoulders back to bring the ribs forward as you move the tailbone down and in. Extend the chest up. Here are a few ways to stretch the hip flexors. From kneeling, step forward with one foot and slide the hips forward to make a straight line from knee to knee. Press the hips forward while you slightly contract the back leg gluteus muscle to increase the stretch on the front of the hip. Now slightly extend the back knee off the floor without lifting the head up. Keep the tailbone moving down and don't crush the low back. Place a yoga block under the front leg sit bone for support. With the hands on the hips, move the tailbone down as you lift the front waist up. Tuck the front foot in towards the block to add a calf stretch. Lie with a foam roller under the sacrum. This is the bony part at the center back of your pelvis. Hold one leg into the chest to tip the pelvis and extend the other leg out. Attempt to draw the back ribs down towards the floor to further tip the pelvis. Feel the stretch on the front hip of the extended leg. From a lunge position, reach back and hold the foot with the opposite hand and draw the heel to the buttocks. To change the quad stretch, hold the foot with both hands and draw the foot close to the hip. Keep the trunk tall as you press the knee down and lift the front pelvis up. As a variation, place the shin on the wall with the knee close to the wall, then step forward with the opposite foot. Place the hands on the floor inside the foot and press the hips forward, making a straight line from knee to knee. Next, glide the hips back towards the wall and hold the front thigh with the trunk tall. Attempt to bring the buttocks and low back to the wall. Keep the toes pointing straight up and the heel touching the side of the hip. Hold the wall for balance and eventually reach the arms up overhead to increase the length in the trunk. If you can't sit on your shins due to tightness at the front of the ankles, roll a blanket halfway and place your ankles on the roll with the toes straight back and aligned with the front edge of the seat. Use a second blanket under the knees. Roll the calf muscle out of the way and sit back between the heels. Rest the shoulder blades and head on the seat of the chair and reach the arms back, first over the back rung and then through it. As ankle mobility improves, complete the same stretch without the blankets. Roll the calf muscle out of the way and sit back between the heels. Rest the shoulder blades and head on the seat of the chair and reach the arms back, first over the back rung and then through it. Next, using blocks for support, kneel with the thighs and shins parallel and the heels touching the hips. All of the toes are on the floor. Lie back with the yoga block between your shoulder blades and another block for the head. Reach the arms overhead first and then hold each elbow to lengthen the trunk. Press the pinky toes down as you roll the inner thighs down. To come up, place the hands on the soles of the feet and lift from the chest so the head is the last to come up. For more limber bodies, use lower blocks. The thighs are parallel and the heels touch the hips. Lie back with the yoga block between your shoulder blades and another block for the head. Reach the arms overhead first and then hold each elbow to lengthen the trunk. Hold the outside edge of your foot, kick the foot up and back, and lift the front of the thigh off the floor. Extend the opposite arm and leg up as well. For full bow pose, hold the outside edges of your feet and kick the feet up and back. Keep lifting from the fronts of the thighs. Use the legs to open the chest. Bend one knee into the chest and then hold the foot with the thigh on the chest and the shin vertical. Draw the knee down towards the armpit. Next, fully extend both legs, keep the bottom calf on the floor, and draw the head up to the knee. If it's difficult to reach the foot, use a strap around the foot. Keep the bottom calf pressing down into the floor as you stretch the top leg. For IT band, hold the strap in the opposite hand to foot and draw the leg slightly across the body. Keep both sides of the ribs on the floor and isometrically turn the hips towards the upward leg. From supine, hold a strap around the foot and bend the knee out to the side. The other foot is flat on the floor with the knee bent. Flex and extend the top knee slowly several times. Gradually, straighten the leg on the floor until the calf is touching down and both legs are fully extended. Keep even weight on both sides of the pelvis and do not rock to the top leg side. Sit holding the ankles with the soles of the feet together and the feet in as far as possible. Sit tall and press the knees down. Next, lean the forearm onto one thigh to bring the knee down to the floor. With the heel of the hand, gently press the opposite thigh towards the floor. Repeat on the other side. With your back against a wall, bring the feet in as close as possible and press both thighs down at the same time. For this hip rotator stretch, sit with the pinky toe of one foot in the crease of the opposite knee. Sit tall in your spine and then gradually walk the hands forward to bring the abdomen closer to the shins to increase the stretch on the outer hip of the top leg. Though not shown, if this bothers your ankles or knees, start with crisscross legs and bend forward. Sit with the legs wide apart. Press the knees down as you reach the arms up and extend the trunk forward towards the floor. Keep the toes pointing up and the knees straight as you reach forward. From straddle sit, bend over one leg, with the trunk facing down and the belly button directly over the thigh. Next, reach up with one arm and side bend to hold the foot with the trunk facing forward. The bottom shoulder is in contact with the knee. Reach both hands to the foot, draw the elbows wide apart, and look up through your arms. If your inner thighs are tight, sit up on a small height and then take the legs wide apart and lean forward with the spine straight. Bend one leg so the sole of the foot touches the upper inner thigh of the opposite leg. Sit tall and extend the arms up overhead to lengthen the sides of the trunk. Now bend forward to hold the foot. Keep the arms and legs straight and look up. Press the back of the straight knee down as you lift the chest and make the spine concave. For the next phase, bend forward and bring the head to the knee or the shin. Bend the elbows out to the side and forward to help draw the trunk down. If the low back or hamstrings are tight, use a strap around the foot for both the concave stage when you look up and the forward bend. For this twist, place the left foot outside the right thigh with both sit bones down on the ground. Lift the arms up to lengthen the trunk and then twist to the left. Hook the right upper arm on the outer thigh and try to close the space between the armpit and the knee. Use the backhand on the floor to help you twist. Turn the abdomen and the ribs from the right to the left and roll the shoulders back to open the chest. Repeat on the other side. From long sit, bend one leg to bring the heel close to the hip. Reach the arms up and extend the trunk forward over the straight leg. Reach the arms around the back as you turn the trunk away from the bent leg. Though not shown, if you're unable to catch the hands, use a strap between the hands. The back of the armpit is close to the knee. Roll the shoulders back as you turn the chest more. Bring one heel close to the hip, reach the arms up, and turn to the outside of the thigh. Hook the elbow to the outer knee and use the leverage to bring the side ribs closer to the thigh. Turn the chest to the side. Use the hand on the floor to help you lengthen the trunk and twist more. Sit with the trunk facing over one leg with the heel of the bent leg in front of the opposite hip. Reach the arms up and then forward towards the floor. To progress the stretch on the outer hip, move the foot forward slightly, keeping both the knee and the foot on the floor. Again, reach the arms up to stretch the back hip flexor and then forward to stretch the front hip. As mobility improves, progress to having the shin parallel to the front of the mat with the ankle and knee down. Reach up and then forward for the full stretch. From child's pose, press up into downward dog. Fully extend the elbows and knees and press the heels down as you lift the sit bones up. Press the whole palm into the floor and lengthen the sides of the trunk more. Move the chest towards the thighs. If the hamstrings are tight, place the hands on the seat of a chair. The legs, arms, and trunk are all straight and the chest moves down towards the floor. Notice the slight extension in the spine. If the hamstrings are very tight, walk in until the legs are vertical and the arms are supported on the chair.